Boys, it's Monday, and today we have an install to do. We're gonna be doing a mini split back to back. I think it's a replacement. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm just gonna try to keep everything short and sweet today, just for easier for editing and all that. So yeah, we're gonna switch to the usual, the POV cam, and then the POV driving cam, and then yeah, ready for the day. It's chilly today, just this morning.
I'm gonna finish my job. I have an installation 9, 10, 11, 12, around 12 and 1.
Bonjour, je prends compte.
Bonjour, je vais prendre deux crèmes, un Splenda, moyen.
Excuse-moi, c'est quelle rondeur?
Moyen.
Thank you.
Deux
Bye.
crèmes
What else?
Splenda?
Ouais.
Ensuite?
Bagel nature saucisse. Tes matin.
Tu m'as fait un saucisse au bagel nature?
Ouais.
Qu'est-ce que tu as racheté une patate avec ça?
Non, c'est correct.
Ensuite?
Un bagel plein goût avec fromage et la crème.
Qu'est-ce que tu as racheté du bacon?
Non.
Ensuite?
C'est tout.
On est sur 15 passe, merci.
Merci. Hey, for some reason I was fucking, my French was vice versa right there.
Bonjour,
Bonjour.
74, la carte PIN, c'est 25.
Merci. Merci.
Café.
Merci, bonne journée. Fuck, Kev, I didn't ask for permission to record. I'm gonna get sued.
You post it online, you get sued.
Alright, we just made it to the job. Time to start the unit. Guy already owns the machine we're installing, so we're just kind of charging him to install it. He has everything, the copper and everything, so we're just gonna install the unit for him. Quick, easy, back to back. Measure 14.5. What?
I'm gonna be anywhere in there.
This is perfect. So your hole there for your disconnect?
Yeah.
It's gonna go right here, right behind the unit.
What I think we might do there is if you go outside, go inside. Like once you put your bracket, don't put the unit on right away. We're just gonna put a pilot hole because we're gonna drill the hole.
Yeah.
I don't want to drill inside the condenser.
That's why I was saying, like, if you want to start the electrical there, I can do everything else, no problem. I'm a machine, me. I'm just gonna measure.
This is not a forever day job, but
Put our holes. These are my center to center measurements. Make sure the unit's flush on the brackets. And I'm gonna drill my holes. All right. No, but I have a full battery right here for you if you want it.
And do you have the Phillip and square bit on your impact here?
I don't have it with me.
Where's your impact?
With me?
Where is it? And where was the bit? It was on your impact.
It was on my impact?
Yeah.
Alright. How drill are you? Always make sure it's in the center so everything is flush and it looks straight and perfect. Oh my god. Probably the most loudest, frustrating, annoying thing ever. I think I'm gonna get hearing loss from this thing. 15 inches, this is small, 14 and a half is a very small distance between each leg. To be honest, this is a very small unit. Perfect. Loud environment. Look at that. This is perfect. Gotta always make sure we clean up during. Fuck, that's small. Ça vient avec tout, hein, le copper pis tout.
C'est beau.
C'est un mini machine. Un mini 12 000. Alright. Ouais, si tu veux possible d'ouvrir la porte.
Ah ouais.
Merci.
Okay, go.
No way. There's no way. Holy crap. That is a mini machine. Look at that. We're gonna put it probably. It's legally. Is there no legally it's supposed to be 4 inches in the back. Just so you have enough space for people, you know, clean it. Perfect. Just like that. So we're gonna pierce our electrical right here. Put our disconnect right here. Like I said, it's gonna go bang up and around. Ouais, c'est juste un back-to-back. Puis je pense que le fil électrique, ça va être direct en arrière le condenseur ici.
Ouais, quelque part, ouais, c'est ça,
Ouais.
quelque part, là, ici. Le fil, lui, ça veut dire que la sortie va être là.
Pour le fil
Ouais, quel côté que ça
connexion.
La chose.
Je vais mesurer ça live.
Tu sais, la chose.
Oui. Le trou, c'est...
Regarde, tu sais.
Regarde bien.
Ici. Ça, c'est quoi? Le fil de ce côté-là? Ce côté-là?
Si
Ça va comme ça, ça.
Ouais, si tu tournes le...
OK.
Ouais, le line set, ça bend là, mais on bend près d'ici. Puis le bracket, je pense que c'est... Bracket ici. Puis on donne nous comme 4-5 pouces. On va trouver ici.
OK.
Puis ça cache tout. Pas de trouble avec ça. Puis on fait du isolation dehors.
OK.
Avec du silicone puis tout. Puis
OK, good.
y a pas de petits souris. Yeah, my French is fucking bad, eh? It's a very weird machine. We usually don't install random machines like this. This is a Lift Zen, a mini split. Very compact, this machine. Okay. So L1 and L2 is for our disconnect. So our disconnect straight into the unit, just for the obviously electricity to be connecting into the unit for it to work. Then you got 1, 2S, and then our grounds. 1, 2S is from the connection from the head to the outdoor condenser, just for it to, you know, function together, or else there would be an error code. What we usually do is a hidden rule. It's black, white, red. If it's, I mean, you can switch it, but it'll be an error code. E7, I think. E7, it's the error code for it to be like a miscommunication wire. So what I'm just gonna do for now is, while I wait for my boss to put on the head, I'll pierce my disconnect now, just so I have that over with. And basically what the disconnect is, you don't want it to be hidden. Like, you don't want it to hide behind the unit, because it needs to be at least open for when people do service calls. You know, easily accessible. A quarter inch? Quarter inch? Bit.
Well, you got one in your toolbox. Your box that I bought you there.
Yeah.
Oh, you got one? No?
Yeah, I think I should.
All right, then. I got it in my pockets, but if I give it you, then I'll take it.
Yeah, that's the thing. It was in my fucking toolbox.
Yeah, right. Oh, shit.
It was. I don't even use it. That's the thing. I don't even use
Yeah,
it.
right. Well, look, you need one. So
Huh.
don't say you don't use it. Look, but I'm gonna lose my freaking program. I'm gonna lose it.
I just started the war. I started it. Hey, everybody knows an HVAC. The quarter inch 5/16 bit, if you lose it, it's game over. Just close your doors at that point. I'm just gonna put the disconnect right here. Just pierce it right there. So at least it's straight. I would put it more closer, but you know, cover the line set and everything. Put it as high as possible without being it too high. Flush to the vinyl. That sucks. I'm telling you, sometimes these small screws do not work its wildest. You need these long ones. See? Honestly, if it's not moving left and right, I don't use anymore. You can use 4 if you want, but up and down is usually the only one I really use. So our hole is going to come from here. So it's going to follow with the line set, just to make it look clean. Go up, probably right here. I want to make sure we pop the right hole, because it won't connect with our little connectors. Usually pop the bottom 2 holes. So basically, our line is going to come from the electrical panel, go right here, right up into line, and our ground load goes in, out into our L1, L2, connected to the unit just to give it power. And here's our capping. Basically, my hole is gonna be right here. It's gonna go. My hole is gonna be around right there, roughly where I'm pointing. It's gonna go down right behind the unit. I'm just gonna do a nice 90, bend it up, 3/8 1/4 inch. Bing bang boom. That's it. You know what? These are a 212. I can honestly bring it in here. Basically, I already know how much I'll need for at least the length of wiring. I usually go right here. I'm gonna cut most of this out though. Okay. So these always has pressure in it. So you gotta always pick them up first. Let it air out. Okay, now for the moment of truth, I gotta bend the copper. This is always the sketchiest part. Luckily we have springs, so it makes it easier to bend for sure. Best part about hearing, knowing if it's good inside its clip is you can actually hear it. You gotta be very precise with copper, especially anything higher than 1/2 inch, anything higher than 3/8. Okay, that's perfect bend, no kink. With a spring, it's actually easier for it to not kink. What we always put is some nylog around the thread, so at least, you know, it stays put and won't leak. Okay. With a 1/4 inch, you have a lot of wiggle room, so you can move it around. It won't kink. It's really hard to kink a 1/4 inch, but you can. I've seen it before. And with the 3/8 is less hard. I mean, well, the 3/8 is more hard to. It's more easy to kink it because it's thicker, right? Thicker copper. Make sure they're tight. Okay, that's perfect. What I noticed with the 1/4 inch is, since it's a small copper, it's very easy to snap when tightening it too tight. I've done it before. You gotta make sure you tighten it just enough to see you tighten it, you know. Right there. Right when the copper starts moving, you can tell that you tightened it perfect. What I like doing is I like wrapping all my wires. Well, I should have brought the drain for 2. What I like doing is I like focusing more on making everything from the copper to the wiring more as straight as possible going to the unit. You have a lot of rags inside your house. I always make sure it's straight for the capping, for everything to fit in the capping. I like doing the 1/4 inch first because it gives me the feel of where my bend should be. But I'm telling the video that you have to kink the corner. Make sure it's so bent. So legally, you need to have 4 inches in the back, as you can tell. Grab my measuring tape. Yeah, 6 or 7 inches. When I do the copper, I usually drill my line set just to make it straight as possible. Looks like I need to cut it. See, I was a little too far off where I should cut it. So I'm just gonna cut it right here. And I'm just gonna cut a line. There you go. And a slow bend. But I do to measure, so you can be able to mark. I like using my thumb, and then I always have a sense of where to put it and where to cut it. What I like doing before I flare is obviously more nylog. This nylog goes so well. You put a lot, and it's very sticky. You guys use a personal tube, not a personal tube cutter, but a personal flaring tool, like a manual one. How do you do it? Because personally, if I didn't have this automatic flaring tool, I'd be going crazy. Imagine having to eyeball your flares all the time and make sure it's perfectly on the dot. Now you manually tight it. You can even wiggle it around to like tighten it more. And this is where I used to mess up on my 1/4 inch. I wouldn't tight it enough. Well, I would tight it too much. And when I tight it too much, it would snap. And that really annoys you, eh? When you would like cut it that's why I always give myself some room. Because if it snaps, it's game over. As you can see, the only reason why it's moving is because of that. But if it's not moving, it's perfect. There we go. And this is our shredder. This is where everybody does all their stuff, and it's before we do our vacuum test. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to grab my hoses and my gauges. My gauges here. Always check if there's refrigerant in your gauges before, because that bites you in the ass. Mixing nitrogen with refrigerant's not good. So the reason why we do pressure tests, you gotta test if there's any leaks. At least the nitrogen when it goes in to the lines, you test if there's a leak. Just to make sure everything's okay. Perfect angle to show you exactly what I do for a pressure test. So there's a few things you always gotta remember to have during an install like these is your 1/4 inch 5/16 and this thing. Save your ass, because on every machine now it's a bigger thread pattern than what the hoses have, except for when you do central units, but mini splits, it's exactly what it is. So the only way to connect it to the unit is if you put this extra bit, and these are like $45-50 per bit. So, well, adapter. I'll make sure they're tight. See how much pressure there is. Are you done?
Yeah, I'm at the panel.
You're at the panel.
I'm doing the panel right now.
Can I cut it?
You can cut whatever. You can even pull it in.
Pull it in?
Yeah, pull
out?
it in. Out, yeah. Pull it until you're able to. Alright, leave it like that.
Ready? See how much nitrogen's in here.
Whatever's in there is what it's gonna get.
Honestly, Kev?
What?
More than the other one. Right now, 170 PSI. See if that will hold for 10 minutes. The best thing to do for a pressure test is to not tell your boss if there's a leak. If you tell your boss there's a leak, he's gonna fire you.
You're fired.
Exactly. You gotta make sure you keep quiet. Wanna know another thing? You don't tell your boss that you're dating his daughter.
That you do not.
You never tell your boss that. You let him figure it out the next family dinner.
Once your boss knows that you're dating his daughter, the other thing you don't tell him is you're sleeping with his daughter.
No, exactly. Luckily, the thing about pressure test is it goes by quick, a little 10-minute pressure test, and then you do a vacuum. Vacuum usually takes, a few minutes. Like the line said, it's not that long. It's like 10, 11, 12 feet. It's not that long, and usually the vacuum suck all the air out is usually takes like 5 minutes. So it goes down to 400. I mean, you need 500 microns. Goes down lower. It's amazing. Just need to
How is that low machine? Okay.
It's really light, like really light.
Oh, right.
It's like 50, I think it's honestly like 60 pounds. I swear to God. We're electricals, we're plumbers, we're HVAC techs, we're everything.
We do everything.
We do everything and anything under the sun. Give us some competition.
Nobody can compete with us. We're the best in the making. Ouais.
Faut que tu t'en as pas en haut sur le tuyau, sur le fil, oui.
Oui.
Ah, ouais. Ah, c'est ça que tu parlais, t'enlèves le... C'est à combien faut que tu montes ton cadran, tu sais, pour dire que t'assurer qu'il est vide?
Ben, nous autres, on fait un test de pression.
Ouais.
Là, lui, le jeune, il a fait le test de pression pour 15 minutes.
OK.
Puis après ça, une fois qu'on fait le test de pression, on enlève l'azote.
Ouais.
Après ça, on fait un vacuum. C'est ce qu'il est en train de faire là.
OK. Ça, c'est une machine qui se fait tout seul.
Alright, so now we're done at the installation. Here's what it looks like. Nice, beautiful straight capping. Here it looks like from the side. Beautiful. Right now we're putting it on heat mode. And yeah, we're all done the installation. We're getting ready to go. We have, I think, a few calls to do. A capacitor call and maybe a bit of venting to do at a new construction job. But yeah, that's really gonna be it for today. Really nice installation, not too bad of a job. It was quick, it was like maybe 2.5 hours. So it's a very small unit. It's the guy who owns that unit. Not owns it, but like he bought it himself, so it's probably like a very cheap unit. But anyways, we did our job, we did our part, we installed it. Probably gonna test the GoPro as a POV cam because my Insta360 died pretty quick. But I do have to learn how to manage to use both at once. But yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one.